Wildlife documentary.
Bees are winged insects closely related to wasps and ants. Known their role in pollination and in case of the best known bee species, the western honeybee, for producing honey. Bees are of monophyletic lineage within the superfamily Apoidea. They are presently considered a clade, called Anthophila. There are over 16,000 known species of bees in 7 recognized biological families. Some species including bumblebees and stinging bees. Bees are found on every continent except for Antarctica, in every habitat on the planet that contains insect-pollinated flowering plants. The most common bees in the northern hemisphere are the Halictidae or sweat bees, but they are small and often mistaken for wasps or ephelis. These range in size from tiny stingless bee species, whose workers are less than 2 millimeters long. Micocole pluto, the largest species of leafcutter bee, whose females can attain a length of 39 millimeters. Bees feed on nectar and pollen, the former primarily as an energy source, and the latter primarily for protein and other nutrients. Most pollen is used as food for their larvae. Vertebrate predators of bees include primates and birds such as bee-eaters. Insect predators include bee wolves and dragonflies. Bee pollination is important both ecologically and commercially, and the decline in wild bees had increased the value of pollination by commercially managed hives of honeybees. Analysis of 353 wild bee and hoverfly species across Britain from 1980 to 2013 found the insects have been lost from a quarter of the places they inhabited in 1980. Human beekeeping or apiculture had been practiced for millennia, since at least the time of ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. Bees have appeared in mythology and folklore, through all phases of art and literature from ancient time to the present day, although primarily focused in the northern hemisphere, where beekeeping is far more common. In Mesoamerica, the Mayans have practiced large-scale intensive meliponiculture since pre-Columbian times. The immediate ancestors of bees were stinging wasps in the family Copronytidae, which were predators of other insects. The switch from insect prey to pollen may have resulted from the consumption of prey insects which were flower visitors, and were partially covered with pollen when they were fed to the wasp larvae. This same evolutionary scenario may have occurred within the Vespoid wasps, where the pollen wasps evolved from predatory ancestors. The oldest non-compression bee fossil is found in New Jersey amber, Cretatrigona prisca, a corbiculated name of Cretaceous age 65 NY. A fossil from the early Cretaceous 100 NY, Melitisfect burmese, was initially considered an extinct lineage of pollen colchictin of Apoidea sister to the modern bees. But subsequent research has rejected the claim that Melitisfex is a bee or even a member of the superfamily Apoidea to which bees belong, instead treating the lineage as Incerticedes within the Aculata. By the Eocene 45 NY, there was already considerable diversity among eusocial bee lineages. The highly eusocial Corbiculator Apidae appeared roughly 87 M young, and the allodopene within the apidae around 53 m young. The Collectidae appear as fossils only from the late Oligocene 25 MY into early Miocene. The Andrenidae are known from the Eocene-Oligocene boundary, around 30 m of the Florissant shale. The Halictidae first appear in the early Eocene with species found in amber. The Stinctritidae are known from fossil rod cells of Pleistocene age. The earliest animal-pollinated flowers were shallow, cup-shaped blooms pollinated by insects such as beetles, so the syndrome of insect pollination was well established before the first appearance of bees. The novelty is that bees are specialized as pollination agents, with behavioral and physical modification that specifically enhance pollination and are the most efficient pollinating insects. In a process of coevolution, flowers developed floral rewards such as nectar and longer tubes, and bees developed longer tongues to extract the nectar. Bees also developed structure known as copepods and pollen baskets to collect and carry pollen. The location and type different among and between groups of bees. Most species have scope hairs on their hind legs or on the underside of their abdomens. Some species in the family Apidae have pollen baskets on their hind legs, while very few lack these and instead collect pollen in their crops. The appearance of these structures drove the adaptive radiation of the angiosperms and in turn bees themselves. Bees co-evolve not only with flowers, but it is believed that some species co-evolve with mites. Some provide tufts of hairs called acarinaria that appear to provide lodgings for mites. In return, it is believed that mites eat fungi that attack pollen, so the relationship in this case may be mutualist. Bees different from closely related groups such as wasps by having branched or plume-like setae hairs, combs on the forelimbs for cleaning their antennae. Small anatomical differences in limb structure and the venation of the hind wings, and in female by having the seventh dorsal abdominal plate divided into two half plates.